I speak Turkish with a German accent.
That's fantastic.
My Turkish is really funny. Çünkü ben Almanya'da doğduğum için, Almanya'da yaşadığım için ve Türkiye'ye çok nadir gittiğim için Türkçem azıcık bir böyle acayip gelebilir size. Ama ne olur ne olmasın, hoş geldiniz. Michael Kuntz'un video blog. How do you call it? Video blog? Video...
Yeah, a video channel. So turn on the lights and stars. Okay, let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome this time from Berlin. We are here with Ali and Askin. And this is a follow-up video. I promised when we were recording in July, the first part with Ali in my studio, I promised that I was gonna visit him. And that's exactly what we do now. And it's like I said, in July it was really hot, and
now it's really cold.
Now it's really cold. That's always the trouble with the microphones. I hope that it will work. Yes, fantastic.
Yatak Studio'su Türkçe bir isim. It's a Turkish name. My studio is called Yatak Studio, which is stems from the Turkish word yatak, which means bed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, like a bedroom studio?
Exactly. That's the reason. Benim ilk stüdyom evin içindeydi eskiden. Wuppertal'da oturuyordum. I was living in a small city called Wuppertal. And I had my first bedroom studio, and I thought, well, bedroom sounds a little stupid, just the English word.
It's like overused.
Yeah, it's overused in those times. And actually, I love the Turkish word yatak, which just looks beautiful and sounds great. It sounds like it has something with attack.
Yatak.
But
Yatak.
It also has that Y in the beginning. It just looks good. So I called the studio Yatak Studio, and from that, I have my own label called Yatak Records, and also a company called Yatak Music.
Wow.
So it's all Yatak, and it's also one of my favorite places on earth. Here we are, yes. So you saw the whole studio, and here's the control room.
Okay.
And it's basically used to be a shop,
What kind of shop?
I don't know. It changed over the years. It's an old building, and we're on ground level. And we have here the control room. Over there is the live recording room.
Can you record drums here?
Yeah.
What does the neighbors say?
Yeah.
What do the neighbors say?
Well, actually, not much. They don't say much because this is isolated. It's a box in a room. So you can see that by the doors here, and over there the same.
Yeah.
It's isolated, so they don't hear much. I mean, they hear if it's really late at night when everything is quiet, then they will hear it. But during the day, it's no problem at all.
Fantastic. That's a dream.
That's a dream come true.
Yep.
Yeah, we found this place 20 years ago, which means that it used to be. It is still very cheap, and
wow,
yeah,
cool.
Pretty lucky. It's very central Berlin, and Yeah, here you can see my rack, my studio console.
Mm-hmm.
So mostly, this has changed a lot over the years, and you can see by the little gaps here, here and there was more stuff. And
Like down here.
down here, it's mostly now it's amps now. These are the amps for the for my monitoring, and a couple of outboard gear here, but I more or less stopped using it. It's very rarely that I use it.
Wow.
And most of the stuff is also sold. I sold a lot of boxes, hardware
Okay.
boxes. These are two audio interfaces by Metric Hello called the Leo. And one of them is equipped with microphone preamps, so 4 channels of microphone preamps, which are very clean, it's very neutral. Then I have the Chandler 2 channel, then the API 4 channel, as you can see.
Yeah.
And then we have here Shadow Hills, Heritage Audio, and Purple Audio. And what is really nice are these ones. These are special preamps for my ribbon microphones. I have a pair of Coles
Yeah.
ribbon microphones, and I have 88 AEA ribbon stereo microphone. And they are really nice with these preamps. So for me, the importance of analog equipment is on the inside. So
Yeah.
I really want to have, and I have a couple of really good microphones
Yeah.
that that give me a good and nice signal, and I can, with this kind of collection of microphone preamps, I have all the possibilities and colors. I have really neutral ones, and like the APR, more like a American style kind of a sound. I can do a lot. I also have still thinking about to sell it also some old tube preamps by Siemens from the old consoles. Yeah, and this place is set up that I have a workstation over here, which is like the composition and MIDI workspace. Here I compose and take care about the music, and not so much about the sound and the mixing. Just it's a special place where I just think about the music and the sounds themselves, and therefore I just have those Genelecs here. I don't know the numbers. I always forget them. I always forget the numbers too. It's some 88 something,
The
I don't
small
know, or
ones.
34, or I don't know.
Yeah.
So I have those. So it's no low frequencies, nothing. You can see this is my computer over here, which is a Mac Studio M1 with the Ultra chip.
Yeah. We all know that.
Yeah. So it's the first generation. It still works great. And the important thing is this very setup that you can see here, I have at home. So I can work here or at home as I feel.
Without interruption.
Without interruption. It's I have everything synchronized via Dropbox and iCloud. So all my projects are in a Dropbox folder on my computers. At home I have a MacBook Pro. Oh, I'm sorry. Again. At home I have a MacBook Pro, and which is also synchronized over the Dropbox. So I can either be on the road somewhere or at home, and always have the access to my files, project files. I got this Mac Studio for here because, the Zappa project was one of the reasons, and also my album Upshoot was also a reason. I needed the horsepower of the new M1 Ultra chip to be able to have all these tracks open and the plugins. And so here's the music. The screens that you see are all connected, so I can just move that over here, and this also I could move this over there, and so on, and I could even open up a second window. Where's the window? There's a window. So I could open it like this. And so very often we work, two people work here. I have a sound engineer here who's working with me very often, Bilgan Ozis, and we will sit here and he will sit here, and here's the mixing and producing position. So as you can see, I'm working with, I love the Softube system of Console 1. Here's the new Console 1 version Mark III that I just got. I'm trying to make myself familiar with that, with the workflow of that, and also the faders. And and here's my mixing position, and the screen is either showing me those arrangement views. I can also change it if you want to. Sometimes I need to have that a little bit closer here, but also since I'm doing film music and film score work, I very often have the movie up there.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Tell us about the speakers.
Okay, my monitoring system is centered on the so-called Trinnov system, which is up here. It was installed by a man called Peter Dietz, who is the partner of Trinnov here in Berlin. He installed it here, and this has, if you're familiar with that system, it has it's a stereo version, the old stereo
ST2 Pro, yes.
And it's being you have to put up a microphone here, and the room is being measured. And as you can see, I have also some from Hofer, those absorbers in the corners, because since we have a small control room here, I have, as you can imagine, quite some problems with the low frequencies. But the Trinnov handles it quite well, so that when you are set up here and have the measurement and tuning here, you have the sweet spot here. And the system is built up in such a way that my main speakers are the so-called Verdade, also developed by the Hofer mastering, the guy who does the mastering for Hofer. These are the main speakers, and I also have the subwoofers, stereo subwoofers, which are custom built by Peter Dietz.
These ones, okay.
They have a very funny name. I think they have, I don't know how they are called. I always forget.
Let's have a look.
Woofy. I think Woofy or something.
Woofy?
Woofy.
Woofy. Ah, Woofy. That's funny.
But no, boop boop. Boop boop. You might wonder, but putting it up like this, just the best way for here.
Yeah.
For the sub, you can usually subwoofers are put down on earth, in some corner, but this works fine. So I have, if you look at the Trinnov system, what I have here in this sweet spot is a linear frequency response from 20 Hertz to 20K, and I can switch what we can see on the monitor right now is the Trinnov is basically a computer. You have, this is before, this is the measurement of the microphone signal at the sweet spot without treatment.
Yeah.
Without, how do you say, correction.
Correction filter,
Yeah.
yes. Mm-hmm.
And this is the graph after the correction. It's linear.
Looks way better.
And this is what the Trinnov actually does to the signal.
Yeah.
That's the filters.
The compensation curve.
The compensation curve, exactly.
Yeah, I get it. Okay.
And it's not just filtering, it's not just EQ, it's also, it deals on a very, very complex way and level with the phase. Because it's not only frequency response, it's also the phases are very, very chaotic here in those kind of places. And so the Trinnov corrects the phase and the filter in a very, very complex way. You know, actually, these rooms were constructed and built by a drummer.
That's
my old friend Alex Hötzinger, also from Munich, old friend. He's a genius in building stuff. You know, he's building studios all the time. And we both rented this place and first, and I just tried to be not in the way. I had tried to help, but he was the one who constructed it. So this used to be his place, and we had drums here all the time. I used to work over there, my keyboard stuff and producing.